I never thought a family trip to China would spark so much drama. My sister and I, both born in China but raised in the States, planned an epic adventure with our families to reconnect with our roots. I'm 39, married, with 2 kids, 11 and 9, living in the Pacific Northwest. My sister, 36, her husband Doug, 40, and their 12-year-old son live in Dallas. Doug's the quintessential American guy, raised on processed foods, drives his Grand Wagoneer everywhere, and isn't exactly built for endurance. My sister and I, raised on our parents' healthy eating and active lifestyle, passed that on to our kids. But Doug, let's just say long walks aren't his thing. The trip was inspired by my nephew's love for his 7th grade ancient China unit, especially the terracotta warriors. I was already planning to visit family in Chongqing, so we expanded the itinerary to include Beijing, Xi'an, and Nanjing, perfect for the kids to explore their heritage. I handled most of the planning, knowing Chinese cities involve serious walking due to their sprawling transit systems and car-unfriendly layouts. I dropped hints to Doug about the physical demands, but he brushed them off, acting like it'd be a breeze. When we arrived, reality hit hard. Doug couldn't keep up. In Beijing, he was panting after a short trek through the Forbidden City. My sister often stayed back with him, missing out while my wife and I led the kids through our tour groups. The kids were thrilled, soaking in the history, but Doug's struggle was obvious. I felt bad, but this was a once-in-a-lifetime trip for my nephew, who's half Chinese, and my kids, visiting Xi'an and Beijing for the first time. The real clash came in my grandmother's hometown near Chongqing. This place is a maze of steep slopes and endless stairs. Beautiful, but brutal. On a hot, humid day, I planned to take the kids to the local market via a park tied to our family history. Doug insisted on joining, saying he didn't want to sit around. I warned him it was a long walk, but he waved it off. Half a mile in, he was red-faced, sweating buckets, and lagging behind. The kids were racing ahead, excited about the park statues and stories I'd shared about our ancestors. I slowed down for Doug, but it wasn't enough. At the park's edge, I suggested he take a taxi back. He agreed, reluctantly, and I continued to the market with the kids. Back at the house, Doug was sulking, and my sister was pissed. She said I was inconsiderate for not taking a taxi to the market, which would have been easier for Doug. I explained that a taxi would have taken longer due to the town's layout, and the kids would have missed the park, a key part of our family's story. She admitted she hadn't realized how intense the trip would be since I handled the planning, but felt I should have considered Doug's limits. I get it, maybe I could have been more accommodating, but this trip was about the kids experiencing their culture, not slowing down for an adult who didn't prepare. The kids had a blast, raving about the warriors, the Great Wall, and the market's chaotic energy. My nephew said it made history real for him. Still, I wonder if I was too harsh. Doug's not unfit to the point of immobility, but I knew he wasn't ready for this. Should I have rearranged the itinerary to suit him, even if it meant cutting corners on the kids' experience? It's tough balancing everyone's needs on a trip this big. Am I the asshole for not adjusting the trip to Doug's cardio limits? Thanks for listening, and if you want to hear more interesting stories, just click the link below.